people as a consolation race for those horses thought not good enough to win the Melbourne Cup. However, a look through its winners shows that it's not a race for bad horses. In fact, many of Australia's best gallopers figure amongst its list of winners. No greater example was the 1971 winner, GUNSYND.
Now GUNSYND hooked out 3 deep, has moved quickly past Rad and Double Irish the Grey. Big Fallou's come out to follow him now, followed by Saboli and then Carlos Shawcell. Packing up on the turn, Sabwani out wide's gone up the join, Wynecki in the lead. Followed in the centre then by Better Talk, a length to GUNSYND from Falleur, and Big Fallou trailing GUNSYND. GUNSYND getting wound up now in the straightest, race to the leaders in a stride out wide and dash to the front GUNSYND. Higgs going for home, he's got a length and a half clear of Rad. Big Fallou under pressure, running greenly, it's GUNSYND clear at the furlong, 2 lengths to Rad. He's got it, 1 GUNSYND. Rad's battling on from Better Talk, Big Fallou and Double Irish, but GUNSYND too fit and too good. Wins it by more than 2 lengths. Close for second placing, dead heat, Better Talk and Rad.
Smart New Zealand stayer Stormy Seas finished second in the 1972 Caulfield Cup behind the brilliant 3-year-old Sobar, but made up for it a month later when he won the Sandown Cup. Then in 1973, it was the turn of the popular grey BAGDAD Note, which 3 years earlier had won the Melbourne Cup.
Travelling down the side, they've got just under 700 left to go. Excise Duty by neck to the bite is still going all right. BAGDAD Note running third on the outside of Igloo, being taken off the fence. Then came Gala Supreme. On the outside then is Air Voyager, followed by Like a Tiger, then Prince Fantina, Gala Red, and the others can't win. Around the home turn, and Excise Duty shifted off the track, and the Western Australian, the bite has got a glorious run. The bite has hit the front at the 300-metre mark, but here comes the dangers. BAGDAD Note, the grey. Gala Supreme is running on under pressure. BAGDAD Note has gone to the lead at the 200-metre mark from the bite. Gala Supreme battling on. They're followed by Perfect Time. Igloo can't win, 100 metres to go. BAGDAD Note is clear from the bite. They're followed by Gala Supreme, but the grey BAGDAD Note in front with about 20 or 30 yards to go, and the grey is too good. BAGDAD Note first, the bite has run second, Gala Supreme third.
The Tommy Hughes trained stayer Salamander will go down in history as one of Australia's unluckiest racehorses, having been placed in countless major races. However, luck was with him in the 1978 Sandown Cup, despite the fact that he conceded 11 kilograms in weight to the runner-up.
In the straight, played the game, went up the tackle. Cool Minstrels with Barbero in the centre, and out wide of Father's Day coming at them. Dulcify got badly checked, nearly fell from Salamander. Barbero got to the lead now from Salamander out wide, running on well. Father's Day there, Barbero in front, Salamander coming at him quickly, and Gunderman with a late run, but Salamander hit the front in the cup, and Salamander's going to win it a half length to Barbero. Third placing to Gunderman from Jury.
The following year, Salamander went down by a whisker in the Melbourne Cup to Hyperno, and in the Sandown Cup of that year also had to be content with second placing, this time behind HAUBERK.
800 to go, and they've bunched up with Cherubino just heading off Father's Day. Zarmalad a length and a half away, and at his girth is Salamander. 1.5 to HAUBERK in on the fence, and then Evander hard ridden. They were followed next by Earthquake, Magoon and Fabuloso on the fence. Barbero the outside. Back behind those horses, then at the head of the others came Paris of Troy. On the turn, Father's Day ran right off the track. The leader from Cherubino, and Zarmalad getting the run to tackle it. Zarmalad took the lead with Salamander out after it, and HAUBERK getting the split. HAUBERK's burst to the lead with 200 to go. Charge to the lead from Salamander, Father's Day and Barbero, but HAUBERK's putting a street in them with 100 metres to go from Salamander and Father's Day, and they're followed by Magistrate, but HAUBERK's going on to win by 2.5 lengths. Salamander second, Magistrate got up for third.
As with most of Melbourne's big spring races, New Zealand gallopers have a great record in the Sandown Cup, and in 1983 it was a Kiwi Quinella.
Down the hill, 750 to go. Deb's mate 3 parts to El Dwayne. Lanisa pulled out 3 deep. Ale Bajou looking for the run. Nostradamus moving up on the outside. Fountain Court badly needing a run. A length Triumphal March. Veloso being hard ridden, and No Peer pushing up in the centre from Just a Dash. On the corner, Deb's mate joined by El Dwayne. Lanisa, Fountain Court trying to get between them. Nostradamus to the outside with Triumphal March, and then Veloso. With 300 to go, El Dwayne just got his head in front of Lanisa and Deb's mate. Fountain Court under the whips pushing through. Then came Triumphal March the outside, but El Dwayne dashed to the lead. No Peer is struggling. It's El Dwayne clear of Fountain Court, Triumphal March, and then Hussar's Command, and El Dwayne's going to run them off their legs, I think. Fountain Court getting going near the line, but too late, and El Dwayne's won it. Half a length to Fountain Court.
The main interest here in the betting ring before last year's Sandown Cup centred on 2 horses, Chagamar and Mapley Heights. The pair had finished second and third respectively in the Melbourne Cup and were expected to fight out the finish. However, young Ballarat apprentice Len Maund upset the apple cart when he guided the 12-to-1 chance Rich Brother to victory.
700 to go down the hill, and Rocky Ruler's moved up to take the lead. And Rocky Ruler led at the 600 a half to Lancelotto. Rich Brothers run a big race next from Remuster. Wonder Chagamar being niggled at from Forward Charge. Then Astralin, Mapley Heights and Rosen Thistle and Fountain Court off the track. Rocky Ruler the leader into the straight, but Rich Brothers claimed it immediately. They're 2 lengths in front of Lancelotto, 2 or 3 lengths. Chagamar can't win, and then Mapley Heights under the whip, but it's Rich Brothers striding away with 150 to go. He looks as though he might win the cup, drawing away Rich Brother. Rocky Ruler second, then Mapley Heights finishing fast out wide, but Rich Brothers stolen a march and is going to walk in. Rich Brother wins the Sandown Cup, 1.5 lengths, Mapley Heights.
And so we come to 1985 and the 98th running of the Sandown Cup. Shortly, the winner's stall here at Sandown will be a hive of activity as we salute the latest winner of one of Australia's great races.
Sophia Wellback, Dusky.
Well, it was the Melbourne Cup. That's the back of my head, you can see. And there are the runners round at the starting point for the event. I have been earlier with Terry Clifton, and let's go back to one now that I remember well. Not so long ago, a very lovely lady called Bianco Lady was successful.
They've jumped away in a good line. Lady Ice, one of the first out with Toha, who's the early lead. Away well from Port Carling. Then Raid the Girl, Carringbush, LA Bijou over on the outside of Spring Moss. Silver Bounty crossing to the inside. Mysa Raven, Bianco Lady, Nicholas John. Then came Astralin and Payco, and dropping out a bad last is Lord Marcellus. At the 200 the first time now, and here Carringbush in front, but they're slowing right up. LA Bijou pulling hard on its outside with Bianco Lady moving up to second, and Lady Ice the rails one to Port Carling. Then Toha, Nicholas John improving up to be about 5th but wide from Spring Moss, and then Mysa on Zenith. Next is Raid the Gold, 1.5 lengths Astralin from Silver Bounty, followed by Payco and Lord Marcellus. 1,700 to go out of the straight, and Carringbush in front, a half to Bianco Lady and 3 parts to Lady Ice, 1 to LA Bijou. On the rails, Toha, and outside it, Nicholas John, 1 length to Port Carling, 3 parts Raid the Gold. Then Spring Moss trapped 3 deep from Zenith, 1.5 lengths Mysa Raven also caught wide from on the rails, Silver Bounty and Astralin. 2 lengths to Lord Marcellus and Payco at the rear. 1,400 out, and Carringbush led 1 length to Bianco Lady, who's travelled well, 1 length Lady Ice and 1 to LA Bijou. Toha the rails outside at Nicholas John, 1 length to Port Carling. Then Spring Moss on the rails, Raid the Gold from Zenith the centre, 1 length to Mysa Avon. On the inside, Silver Bounty from a half away Astralin, and then came Payco and 2 to Lord Marcellus. 1,100 out, and Carringbush in front, about 1 length to Bianco Lady second and a half to Lady Ice. 1.5 lengths away, Mysa Avon let go and went up quickly to be 4th, but he's still 3 deep. LA Bijou the centre, the rails Toha, and here's Spring Moss letting go 4 deep around them now. 1 to Nicholas John, Port Carling, followed then by Payco, the outside of Raid the Gold Zenith. 2 lengths to Astralin and Silver Bounty, and last Lord Marcellus. 700 out down the hill, and Carringbush 3 parts Bianco Lady, who's travelled beautifully. 1 away Mysa Raven on the outside, and over on the outside of them again Spring Moss now, and here's Nicholas John making his run. Mysa Raven's lost ground, and they were followed further back in the field by Toha. In the straight, Carringbush in front, Bianco Lady immediately moves up the jointed in the lead. They're followed by Toha. Mysa Raven can't go on from Lady Ice, and then Spring Moss, Nicholas John and Astralin. Bianco Lady got to the lead with 150 to go from Carringbush. Toha's battling on, and they were followed by Raid the Gold and LA Bijou. Bianco Lady clear. Toha's out after it, but Bianco Lady hanging onto the lead near the line, and Bianco Lady wins it 3 parts to Toha. Raid the Gold 3rd, 4th LA Bijou, 5th was Carringbush.
And that was a good Sandown Cup, Bianco Lady being successful. Rider of the first race in the program,